A WWE Star's Raw return was scrapped last minute. Plus, WWE invites standout indie talent for a tryout, and a Hall of Fame team have confirmed an in-ring comeback. It is all in the wrestling news right now. Last night on Raw, we saw Becky Lynch and Natalya for the NXT Women's title. That was a thing that happened.
And Natalya won.
Yeah, congratulations to Natalya. She's new NXT. I can't believe then Roman Reigns came out and she pinned him as well.
Then Kenta Kobashi came out dressed as a train conductor and chopped Natalya. News video on if you want that reference.
Oh yeah, please watch that, Jeebus. But it wasn't meant to go that way. None of that. Not the Kobashi, not the Roman, certainly not Becky and Natalya. PW Insider, tell us more.
Yes, before Raw went on the air, WWE taped an episode of Main Event with Nikki Cross versus Indy Hartwell and Tegan Nox versus Xia Li. Tegan Nox was originally slated to challenge Becky Lynch for the NXT Women's title on Raw, but that was changed to Natalya. Why?
I know, right?
I know that we haven't seen Tegan Nox in forever, but that's a chance to give, as Bruce Pritchard might say, a coat, a paint, a fresh lick of coat, or whatever he says. That catchphrase, you know what I'm trying to say? But
a new paint of coat.
That's what I'm trying to say. Natalya's been there and done it. We know what she's about. Tegan Nox has been MIA for the longest time, so it's a chance to get her back out there with a character.
with something.
Yeah.
With something. Now, Natalya got high praise over the weekend following the WWE Superstar Spectacle in India when Becky Lynch was unable to travel. Natalya said, look, I'll tell you what, I'll wrestle Zoe Stark and then I'll wrestle Rhea Ripley. So she was commended backstage, according to Fightful Select, for stepping up. So whether or not this was some sort of reward to give her a major title match on Raw with Becky Lynch and give that some time, quite possibly. But it does mean that Tegan Nox remains sort of lost in the woods. She's not competed on Raw since a tag team turmoil match back in July. Made a couple of appearances on Main Event. I don't believe she's been doing a lot of live event appearances either. So I'm not quite sure what the plan is for Tegan Nox. She came back with a lot of hope behind her because I know Triple H has been a massive fan of Tegan Nox for a long time. So I thought, well, now Trips is in charge. This will be Tegan's moment. But we've not really seen anything particularly palatable.
Not seen anything at all, have we? I'm trying to think of what she's at. Apart from a few sporadic Raw appearances, and I honestly don't know what she's done.
Team with Shotzi for a bit. They looked like they were sort of starting a tag team, and then they got separated by the brand split, and then just sort of appears in multi-women matches on the odd occasion and wrestles on Main Event in losing efforts more often than not.
It's a crazy one because that was a Triple H re-signing, and obviously Triple H had her on NXT for the longest time. Tried a couple of times to get things going, but obviously big injuries got in the way of that, which can't be helped, but it's heartbreaking all the same. So it is really weird how things have panned out.
One person who was also meant to be on Raw last night was Matt Riddle. So following allegations made of sexual assault towards a JFK officer, airport officer, Matt Riddle was pulled from last week's Raw and the weekend's live events. We don't think the two are connected because it came to light that Riddle was suffering from a double ear infection and bronchitis.
God, my heart goes out.
Because you've had your own issues with your ears, haven't you?
I had COVID, and then I had 2 ear infections, a throat infection. It was incredible. He's going through it at the minute, which some people might like, I know, watching this video.
He said now, it was said he'd be back on Raw on Monday despite that, and PW Insider reported that Riddle was indeed nowhere to be seen backstage at Raw and wasn't factored into any plans for the show going forward. Uncertain if he'll be competing on live events over this weekend either. So the status of Matt Riddle is a bit unknown right now.
But what about McRiddle? What about that fledgling tag team on Monday Night Raw? What's Drew McIntyre going to do?
I think McRiddle will just remain as a menu option on McDonald's in certain parts of America.
Stuck in the slow cooker instead of the grill.
Ooh, yeah. It's quite a nice idea, that. I'm hungry. No. Now, we'll keep an eye on that one, obviously. It's worth checking out Cultaholic.com for the latest on that one. And if you are a football fan, you'll need to watch Hold and Give tonight because Newcastle are in AC Milan's ground.
They are. The San Siro, it's called.
The San Siro, that's the one.
I'll be in me bedroom. So if you want to see me bedroom, that's a reason to watch, I guess. I'll be in me bedroom reacting to said match, hopefully laughing and not crying.
For full live reactions to AC Milan versus Newcastle United in the Champions League on the Hold and Give YouTube channel. How are you feeling about about it.
I'm trepidatious, Tom. I think we can beat AC Milan, but we can also get humped by AC Milan at the same time. I should say get beaten by AC Milan, not humped, because some people might not understand that reference.
Well, even if you don't, it's still a funny thing to say.
Yes, it is, yeah.
YouTube hold and give for the live reactions.
I'll put a link in the description.
Stick a link in there. I didn't want to just assume it was hold and give. It might be something else.
It's hold and give football, I think, the full URL, but it's been that long since I've looked at it. I don't know. I'm not quite sure.
You can find the link. You'll be fine. You'll be fine. It's a trying time for Newcastle tonight as they face AC Milan, and tryouts took place in WWE over the weekend. In fact, yesterday in Orlando at the Performance Center, some notable indie talent were present for a WWE tryout. Now, this is a nice change of scenery, really, because what WWE seems to have focused on more so in the last couple of years is their Next in Line initiative and finding non-wrestlers to try out the wrestling scene. I feel like it's been a while since we've had a full indie scene showcase like this.
Yeah.
And bodyslam.net has shared a list of those getting tryouts. You do one after the other?
Go on, then. You kick us off, Tom.
Okay, Brogan Finlay was in the tryouts at the Performance Center yesterday, the son of Fit Finlay and the brother of New Japan's David Finlay.
I wonder what he's like as a wrestler.
I bet he loves to fight.
We have Copeland Barbie, a collegiate wrestler at Queen's University of Charlotte.
A bit of an unknown in Damaris Largo. No wrestling backstory for him as far as I know, but of course you'll tell me if I'm wrong otherwise.
That's a fantastic name, though, whatever he's doing.
That is.
David Goldie, which is a Monster Factory trainee, had competed on AEW Dark, most recently participated in the New Japan All-Star Junior Festival this year, where he defeated Vinny Pacificavior.
That's the one. Hollywood Haley J was at the tryouts.
I've watched episode 1 of Wrestlers on Netflix.
Oh, no.
She can't be smoking the doobies before wrestling. What you doing?
Put that cigarette out. Well, yes, you would have seen her smoking said doobies on Wrestlers on Netflix. She's OVW Women's Champion, Hollywood Haley J.
I've only seen episode 1. She's probably turned it around by episode 2 or 3 or 4. I don't know.
Or maybe not. Maybe she's got like a big Gandalf pipe by series 4.
We have Jamie Stanley is teamed up with Joe Alonso in the NWA, with him known as America's Ego, has also worked as a referee.
Jay Malachi, he made some appearances on AEW TV. He's also wrestled at like Firestar Pro, PWF, and he was at Deadlock Pro as well.
Jasmine Allure has appeared on SmackDown, losing to Lacey Evans, but also has worked on AEW and other places in the wrestling. First
Ever opponent for Izzy as well.
Really?
And Izzy had her first match for Mission Pro. Kelsey,
my brother's old nemesis, Izzy.
Yes,
back
he
in the day.
Certainly is. Kelsey Heather from WOW. Now, she's wrestled on AEW TV, but she was also one of Bobby Lashley's ladies. When Bobby was WWE champion, he had that entourage.
My God, I thought you meant Bobby Lashley's sisters from back in the day.
I mean, I wouldn't want to say she's both, because that's illegal in most parts of the world.
Max Caster was one of Bobby Lashley's sisters and one of the fantastic little bits of trivia about the wrestling. If you can't remember the sisters, there they are up there, aren't they, Owen?
Scissor me, Bobby Lashley.
Ray Giles has worked in MLW and has also recently worked for Beyond Wrestling.
Richard Holiday got a tryout. I love this. Former MLW tag champ with MJF. Recently getting back into the wrestling ring after battling stage 4 Hodgkin's lymphoma. An amazing return for him. Love to see him getting a tryout.
Former Ring of Honor, MCW Mission Pro Wrestling and WWN superstar, Maddie Renkowski.
Nice. And Valentina Rossi, who you would have seen in WOW and on AEW Dark. I think Valentina Rossi's also done some stuff on NXT as well. So there are people that have sort of flirted with WWE in the past. A few names in there who appear on Dark as well. But it's just a nice selection of people who, you know what, all being well, in the next few years we are going to be certainly knowing the names of even more so.
I'm really intrigued by Hollywood Haley J, see how she gets on.
Yeah, I think a lot of eyes on her now that Netflix documentary is also on. I think that's going to be a very interesting one to see. I think Hollywood Haley J, I think Richard Holiday, without a doubt, both ones to watch. And Brogan Finlay, I'm intrigued.
The son of Finlay, the son of Finlay. Hope he looks exactly like Finlay, not like David.
What if it's
Grey hair.
What if it's just Hornswoggle? Imagine such things.
Halcyon days.
Impact Wrestling have confirmed the full roster for their upcoming UK Invasion Tour. We've been mentioning these names over the last couple of days, but the full list now includes Alex Shelley, World Champion, Josh Alexander, Deonna Purrazzo, Eric Young, Jordan Grace, Brian Myers, Moose Grado! Joe Hendry's there. Joe, you gonna come and say it? No, okay, he's eating a Mars bar. Otherwise, he'd come on otherwise. Rich Swann, Chris Sabin, Frankie Kazarian, and the Impact Tag Champs, Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster, Subculture. Also, Gail Kim, Impact Hall of Famer, is going to make special appearances each night in Glasgow, in Newcastle for Turning Point, and the 2 nights in Coventry that will all be TV tapings.
It's a big bit of news, that, isn't it?
Yeah,
TV tapings
so
for us.
basically, the big overwhelming majority of telly that you're going to see for the rest of this year for Impact Wrestling is coming out of the UK, and at least several weeks of that coming out of Geordie Land. Come on!
I know someone else is appearing, but I can't tell you. But I'm just going to tease. I know who it is.
Oh!
Yeah, I know who it is, but I can't say.
I've heard.
Keep your eyes peeled on Cultaholic related things to see who it is.
Oh, isn't that right, Joe Hendry?
It is, right? Isn't that right, Gail Kim? How are you doing, Gail? Nice to see you, Gail. Put that down, Gail.
Put that cigarette out.
That's unacceptable behaviour in the office. Put that down.
We saw at Impact 1000.
She's gone out the door there.
She's gone to go and hang out with Hollywood Hailey J. We saw at Impact 1000 the return of Team 3D, Devon Dudley's brother Devon's first match since 2016 with Bully Ray.
Yeah.
And this has kicked off basically a comeback for the Dudleys.
Yeah, Bully Ray tweeting out, or Xing out, I guess is the new verb for it, based on how much fun we had at Impact 1000. Me and Devon are feeling great. Hashtag Team 3D has decided to take a very select amount of bookings for signings and maybe a few tag matches. Serious promoters make contact. Team 3D booking at gmail.com.
Nice. So the Team 3D boys are back out there again.
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about that. I didn't see Impact 1000. Did you see it? How were they moving?
They were looking good. They were rolling back the years. They did the hits. They did the great hits. Devon looked great. I was uncertain as to how physical Devon would get in that match. Threw himself in there. Had a great time.
The last time I saw him, it was with the ICW Big Show when they forgot to do how to do the 3D. So you see that they're coming back after that. It's like, oh, can they still go?
They have remembered how to do a 3D. Luckily,
lovely.
That's
you never forget, like riding a bike.
Exactly, and except that time where they forgot how to ride a bike. We'll have more wrestling news throughout the day at cultaholic.com. Stay safe. Love you. Bye.